a grey mare, and she'll certainly stand out. As the red light's been switched on, we're ready to go. Gates open, they're off now. She stepped fairly, I prefer Mitty. She's going to drift back to the second half of the field as expected, and from out wide, Embossing jumped away. Probably the best of all. Game Star showing speed in the middle, and from towards the inside, Abby Bridges hunting up, but with also Bedu and Moore. So they're the first four as they charge down to get the winning post on the first occasion. Next, the inside was Burn the Boats, being covered up by Royal George. Now the favourite, I prefer Mid. He's just a little deep. Thompson's trying to find a position with her around midfield now. The Wolverine is back towards the end with Master of Menace. So they're under that bottom turn, and Game Star works to the lead with less than 1,600 metres left to run. It's Game Star in front. Now, he's had no luck early on I Prefer Middies. He's working towards the top, and she's going to park up outside the lead soon. Bedu and Moore is third on the outside of Abby Bridge, who's getting a nice run fourth the rail. 2 lengths away then to Embossing, who's fifth on the outside of Burn the Boats. About 2 lengths again then to Royal George, who's covering up Master of Menace. And the Wolverine is last of all, about 7 lengths off the leader. So it's Game Star onto the back straight with just over 1,100 metres left to run, leading by 3/4 of a length to I Prefer Midi. Abby Bridge races third the inside, a length away then to Bedu and Moore, who's in fourth. A couple further back then to Burn the Boats from Embossing, who's about smack bang midfield. 3 further back then to Royal George from Master of Menace, and last of all was the Wolverine. So down the side, there's more pressure coming at the half mile. Game Star in front, but I Prefer Middies now takes the lead. There was a move there from Embossing, who's being pumped along out 3 wide. They were followed then by Bedu and Moore, who's placed under pressure in fourth. Ditto Abby Bridge fifth the inside, and then came Burn the Boats, and they were followed next then by Master of Menace, Royal George, and the Wolverine last of all. But now he goes for I Prefer Middies up towards the corner at the 450. She led by a length and a half. Game Star still boxes on in second, and they were followed by Embossing. Burn the Boats are starting to wind up from Bedu and Moore, and then came the Wolverine around the turn. 300 left to run. I Prefer Middies in front. No good thing. She's hanging tough. She's out by a length, but Game Star's coming again. Deeper out was Embossing, and then Burn the Boats and the Wolverine. I Prefer Middies. She's in trouble here. 100 metres to go. Coming out after it. In the middle was Embossing. I Prefer Middies. Embossing's got her, I'd say. Embossing takes the lead, and Embossing beat home I Prefer Middies. Burn the Boats third. They were followed in by the Wolverine, Game Star, and then came Royal George, followed by Master of Menace, Bedu and Moore, and Abby Bridge was last. So I Prefer Minties being run down by Embossing at good odds around about the $21 mark. Embossing just had to work a little bit hard early. I Prefer Middies, and Ben Thompson elected to park her outside the speed. It's only really been the last 75 metres that she's been run down.